I believe I have found the most powerful deck in Hearthstone. I just need you guys to do me a favor. Do not tell Roarin about it, because this is a Demon Hunter deck that uses Death Rattles, and it is extremely good. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it, because I am omega excited to show you guys my results with Cliff Hog Demon Hunter. I am currently sitting at rank 185 as of yesterday with a 42-15 win rate. Yeah, just let that win rate speak for itself. I started playing this deck about 2 days ago around rank 1000, and this deck has just been printing MMR like I have been laundering money. It is absolutely ridiculous how free this freaking deck can be, because guess what? I just lied to you right there. I'm actually sitting at rank 92 right now, because after I ended my stream, I decided to play 8 more games, went 7-1, so I am almost sitting at like a 50-15 win rate with this deck. It is absolutely absurd, and I just want to talk about what might be the best deck in the metagame right now, because Demon Hunter and Druid have absolutely spiked and exploded, not only in popularity but in win rate. So if you take a look at HSReplay right now, again, Druid and Demon Hunter are now on top. It used to be Priest, but now Zarimi Priest is starting to become unfavored at higher ranks, to where it's still kind of good at, you know, the Diamond to get to Legend and stuff like that. But once you start hitting Legend, Zarimi Priest completely falls apart. It's got kind of a place in top Legend, but it's not really that good right now. But if you take a look at what's actually good at top 1000, or I'm sorry, at Diamond through Legend, then you can see, again, Menagerie decks are just absolutely taking off. There are 4 Menagerie decks out on the top. You have Handbuff Hunter, Protoss Rogue, and Zerg Token Hunter as the other decks that absolutely slay cheeks at Diamond through Legend. And then you have, here it is, Big Demon Hunter. It's called Big Demon Hunter because we are running Illidari Inquisitor as well as Mag. But if you look at the rest of the deck, it doesn't really run that many big minions, and I still think HSReplay is getting this confused for something else. Crewmate Demon Hunter is another popular deck that people have been telling me about, but do not get baited by this deck. Draenei's are bad. I'll make a video about that at some point, but yeah, that's a bad deck. Then you have Token Hunter, Imbue Druid, Zarimi Priest, Bounce Rogue, which I believe is just all in on trying to bounce the Harbinger of Blight, Salajasil Paladin, and of course, the Leech Control Blood DK. These are the best decks to climb from Diamond to Legend, but then when you go into top 1000, you are starting to notice a very big difference. There's only one tier 1 deck, because Demon Hunter is absolutely insane. I actually don't even know if this deck has a bad matchup, except for like Protoss Mage if it gains a bunch of armor, but you can easily play around those thresholds by not playing big minions, and we'll get into the deck here specifically. But Buff Hunter, Protoss Rogue, and Imbue Druid, you're starting to see the exact same decks, except Wheel Warlock is starting to come back at top 1000 Legend. Not sure how valid this is, because I ended up going like 4-6 with Wheel Warlock the other day, but it is an archetype that you're probably going to see on other channels like Zeddy, No Hands Gamer, or even Theo. So now that we've taken a look at HSReplay, what is HS Guru telling us? Because there's a lot happening. There's a Drunk Paladin Sea Shanty list that is starting to become good. 11 people have actually streamed this deck recently, and Cantaloupe went 22-9 with this deck yesterday. That's my boy. Let's go, dude. Cliff Dive Demon Hunter and Imbue Druid seem to be those popular decks at top Legend right now. Again, with the Wheel Warlock coming back. And there's even a Starship Wheel Warlock that I want to be able to make a video about this, but I need some wins with the deck before I can actually sit down and edit it. But this is what's going on top Legend right now. Demon Hunter, Demon Hunter, Demon Hunter. It is absolutely insane, to where, again, Menagerie decks are really good at Diamond through Legend. Cliff Dive Demon Hunter does start to become a little bit more popular, but then when you look at the top 1000 metagame, this deck is becoming more popular. It has the highest % win rate, and even if we adjust for 100 games, it's still pretty much the best deck available right now. Starship Warlock starting to be getting a lot of love as well. This Drunk Paladin list, its win rate is starting to just blow up massively. And I don't know what's going on with Handbuff DK, but the metagame is evolving. It's actually crazy how diverse this metagame is compared to metagames of the past, because even with the patch that happened about a week or so ago, like, we didn't have a meta this diverse, and I was kind of scared that we'd be locked into another non-diverse meta, but I'll go ahead and eat my words. I was wrong, dude. This deck is absolutely insane, and we are just ruling the meta with Cliff Dive Demon Hunter. So let's go ahead and take a look at the deck that I have settled on for the time being, but there are some good chances that a couple of cards may no longer be good, but I need to play this deck more and go up against more archetypes to see what exactly feels good, because as of right now, I am really sold on this list, because again, I've had like a 75% win rate, and all of these cards have moments that are very, very good. So I'm gonna actually start with the mulligan of this deck. It's not very common that I do that, but I want to show you guys exactly why the mulligan is super important, because this deck really has just like the I win curve of playing Tusk Spear on 1 into Grim Harvest on 2, Wyvern Slumber on 3, Ball Hog on 4 into Ravenous Fellhunter on 5. In a lot of circumstances, you might just YOLO Cliff Dive on 6, but most of the time you don't want to play Cliff Dive unless you have the mana to spend on a hero power or a weapon equipped. So this deck is literally just Tempo City. You just play your cards, you just let the minions settle. And honestly, I need to give a shout out to this card. Playing this card on 3 is super important to win games, especially against tempo-based decks when you have the minion that gives you 3 attack in 2 turns, and the 5/5 with lifesteal and taunt in 3 turns. These cards make so much room for the board and so much room for error in case you don't hit your hog or your fell hunter in time, because the rest of this deck is essentially just tempo tools or ways of mitigating the board. So infiltrate, for example, not only is this card great at removing board, but you can also use this to enable damage with your Ball Hogs. If you have a bunch of Ravenous Fell Hunters on the field, you trade them, you play infiltrate, and maybe you can send 12 damage to the dome thanks to the Ball Hogs. That is a very good flexible combo in my opinion. But you also have Defiled Spear. This card looks very weird in the deck. It looks very weird, but oh man, does this card feel good to play when you have cards like Chaos Strike, when you have your Dreadseed give you +3 attack, so that way this gives you even more value. And sometimes literally just having this weapon equipped, so that way you can play Cliff Dive and not worry about low rolling the Eldari Inquisitors. That's the main reason that this card is in the deck. I would not mulligan for this card for any reason, because there's a lot of times that I've heard people get baited by this card thinking that they want to just play it on 4, but it really just depends on the matchup and how stressful it is to remove other minions that are there. But this card is just very good in order to enable, obviously, the Eldari Inquisitor. But one question that I get a lot is, how good is Mag in this deck? I hate to admit it. You need Mag, because there's a bug that's going on right now, and there's a certain card that I am not running because of how end of turn effects are currently bugged in the game. As of right now, end of turn effects are bugged, which means if you play Briarspawn Drake that gets pulled from the Cliff Dive, there is a random, not guaranteed chance, but a random chance that Briarspawn Drake will not activate its end of turn ability before Cliff Dive shovels it back into the deck. So because of that reason, I would not recommend running the Briarspawn Drake version of this deck that I did see, running around Legend for a while, because that bug can automatically lose you games, and I don't want the game to coin flip, whether or not my cards are going to perform the way that they're supposed to. So be aware of that end of turn glitch. I think the last update is what caused this to happen. Hopefully it'll be fixed in the next patch. But another card that I want to bring some attention to is Saladrassil, because originally I was thinking that this card was just a little bit too much. We don't really have the greatest hand space in order to enable this card to get every single card out of it every single time. But this is just kind of one of those cards to where it actually does make a lot of sense, because not only can you just play this for potentially a 0-mana Dream or a Nightmare, but there are times where you do have to play your 8-drops. You could corrupt these cards, and now you have more value coming from this spell. I don't know. It just seems very right, and I decided to put it into my deck after I saw a lot of other Demon Hunters put this into the deck. And there's one other card that I feel like I need to talk about, because I'm not sure if this is good or not. I'm very, very apprehensive to putting a card like this in my deck, because I can discover a demon that costs 5 or more with a Dark Gift. The idea being you can get Fell Hunters, you can get Eldari Inquisitors, you can even get more Mags into the deck, or even the 7-mana Fellbat, in order to get more of the Fell Hunters if value is actually necessary. But the way that I see this card is that this is just one way of making Cliff Dive a little bit more inconsistent, or more consistent if it's later in the game and you don't have any minions in your deck. But I just don't like the idea of discovering a demon. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on this. I'll go ahead and let chat decide in the comments below what you guys believe is actually better. I haven't really seen a reason to run this card because I'd rather play for tempo, but I do also run Dangerous Cliffside in this deck, which could slightly be subbed out for something different. But I have to say, I like this card in the aggro matchup. I like having the 1/1s. The 1/1s feel like they're good at picking off certain minions, and then there are times against the mirror, I have 1/1s that prevent the Ball Hog from actually dealing with my 3 HP minions. I don't think this card is absolutely insane, but I'm just listing some of the pros that I've had with it because there have been times where this card has legitimately won me a game in the right exact moment. So I don't know. The only cards that maybe could be improved would be Dangerous Cliffside as well as Chaos Strike, because this card is definitely the lowest performing card in the deck by a wide margin actually. But there you guys go. That's what this deck is good into. You really defeat almost everything because of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 curve. So all you really need to do with this deck, just jam some Ball Hogs. Ball Hog is great, and here's a funny joke. They finally put Yamada within Hearthstone. That's right, Yamada is the Ball Hog. And don't forget, if you do enjoy this kind of content, feel free to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make sure to call your mother to make sure she knows that she has her very own card within Hearthstone. So thank you so much for making it to the end of this deck breakdown, and we'll see you guys for the next video. The next card that goes out, because Chewy was saying how he doesn't feel like this deck is perfect. Don't keep this. Try to make sure that I don't just make a blatant misplay again. This deck has a lot of Ball Hogs. Chaos Strike a good keep? Nope, you don't want Chaos Strike. Chaos Strike is not really that powerful. It's fine if it ends up in your mulligan and you play it by turn 2, but the reason why you don't keep it in your hand is because you would rather have the chance of that card being something better. Like, you'd rather keep this because at least you get the minion, right? Saladrassil, completely unnecessary. Saladrassil doesn't really feel like it fits into the deck and would become, it just becomes completely overshadowed. It would just be a dead, like, you kill your opponent by turn 7 a lot. You don't need the Saladrassil being bad in your hand. Another 5 damage and removing a taunt. Yeah, if you're not, like, it's not good because you already have a bunch of other cards in your hand mostly. It doesn't fit. I don't think I personally like Saladrassil. It feels like a win more card. What matters more is having the consistency of the early game. Now, maybe, is Saladrassil better than Skirting Death? Maybe, I just don't know. It feels a bit unnecessary. Like, I would argue if Saladrassil is good in this deck, it's not because of Nightmare or Ysera's Awakening. It would be because of the Dream card, or because of the Return card.
The Citadel stands strong.
Please tell me this really was a Wheellock deck in your list. I do have Wheellock ready. It's gonna be the next deck I'm playing, but I'm trying to hit top 200 with this deck. Just for the screenshot. Okay, we haven't played a Ball Hog yet. I wonder if I ever just play this because I really don't have that good of a turn here.
Demons. Demons. Vengeance is mine.
God damn it, dude.
The Citadel stands strong.
I'm only throwing this because I have Return Policy in hand. I could play Cliff Dive next turn, and if we do hit a Ball Hog, and if he doesn't kill the 5/3, it could maybe work. But this, like I said earlier, the 5-drop threshold can be very awkward for the Fellhound. And honestly, DK doesn't want to deal with this. Crewmate deck better for the No, Crewmate Demon Hunter is Garbo. That deck beats other worse decks. You can play better decks and just win because your deck is better instead of your deck just, you know, consistently outpacing other bad decks. Okay, now here's the bad thing. Ball Hog getting pulled from this no longer is good. Not playing it to the Ball Hog. How dare you? All right, here's a play. Let's go maximum tempo king. Just throw this card out of hand while I can. If this doesn't win the game, then I'm gonna start wondering if this needs to be subbed out. Location kind of made sense, but think maximum damage is the way to go here. I could throw out location next turn. Now I could at least cliff dive, and if I hit Illidari, I could hero power. Okay, wait a minute. This is a 50-50 or 25% on hitting double Illidari, right? That would be exact lethal at 16. All right, come on, please. Oh yes! Just take that free W. Exact 30 combo. We take those every time. Absolute scam. There's no balls, but there's Clark balls. Godly stream title. Thank you, thank you. I'm very proud of it.
Not possible.
I was chatting in the Discord, and then it just kind of hit me, and I'm like, wait a minute, guys. I know exactly what I'm gonna name the stream. But Clark HELLSCREAM, your mother isn't on board yet. Heyo. Was that the Murloc that made that noise? The haha? That was kind of weird. I wasn't expecting that. This is a meta of your mother. Yes, your is very good right now. You know what? It's actually Glavesmith. Because I'll be able to outcast it. I'm surprised you run Infiltrate. Sometimes having Infiltrate lethals after you trade Fellhunter can be very good. Also, Infiltrate against Rogue. Ah, love it. I wonder if the final 30 of this list is cut double skirting death, put in a second Infiltrate, and sell Yggdrasil. Maybe it is worth it, but I don't know. I'm still a little hesitant. Is this Demon Hunter better than Armor apparently? I believe so, yes. I mean, Armor Demon Hunter is Omega trash right now. In fact, let's look at it. Have we officially made Demon? Oh no! Damn it! Okay. It's in the #1 slot, but it's still tied with Druid. You're telling me that Demon Hunter and Druid went up by 0.2%? Come on. Location for Infiltrate? Nah, location good. I like location. I like the location. Just know that you did that, Clark. You made Demon Hunter meta again. I mean, I might have popularized it, but I definitely didn't make it meta. I mean, the person who made this deck is the person who made it meta. This is a good meta, Clark. You crying about nerfs as a phase? What do you... Hold on a minute. You're telling me that? Brother. How about you look in the mirror? All right. Hey, Kettle Pot, you're black. By the way. You were the one begging me to make a video saying that this expansion was shit not too long ago. What happened there? Like, yeah, I'll admit, I was a little angry because they took away my favorite deck, and I was like, you know what? It doesn't really seem like it's any better. But holy hell, dude. Oh my god. I'm being called out by the last person that should be calling me out. You try to make it fail at any point because you don't like Hearthstone? That's not how you make Hearthstone fail. You wanna know how you make Hearthstone fail? By literally never engaging with it. This is the thing I will never understand about people that hate watch somebody. If you're hate watching somebody, you're technically supporting them. If you hate play a game in order to be like, oh yeah, I know how shit of a game this is, you are still supporting that company with your time. If you don't like a game and don't want to support it, you don't play it. Yeah, sunk cost fallacy is a bitch, dude. Why do you think I'm still here? We go again. Just be an old curmudgeon like me and still think the meta is shit. Imbue Druid became good. I've been living under a rock in terms of Hearthstone for the last couple days. Yes, Imbue Druid has become good. It's very much better. Dubman's coming in with the sub. Good to have you here. Thank you for that support, guys. Love the support we're seeing today, guys. We actually started like 208 subs, and we're actually at 223 right now. So hell yeah. Thank you for that support. Welcome to the Horde, my friend. Do I think Mag is necessary for this deck? Yes. Mag seems very good. If you really can't afford it, then put in a Drake. Just be aware, a Bright Spawn Drake. Just be aware that end of turn effects are currently bugged. What's the sub goal? Clark shaves his ball. I mean, I don't have a current sub goal for 300, but I feel like we should make one. I still owe you guys a tournament format. I am still working on that. He hasn't had a Ball Hog die. Wait a minute. So we infiltrate this first. Then we trade, get the Ball Hogs. Alright, not bad. Bring Kologharn back? I mean, Kologharn would be great, but then again, in Nebula Shaman, oh my god, that'd be so good for Nebula Shaman. Does the best imbue list run the Taurus? Don't want to craft them? Apparently not. Apparently I was wrong, believe it or not. But turns out, let me see what my list says. Yagi playing Mage.
The time for dreaming.
Okay. Is he playing Spell Mage or is he playing Imbue Mage? Druid doesn't have Burn if you get to the late game and don't have board. I guess that makes a little bit more sense. It's a finisher. What's with Location Warlock, Nebula Shaman, and Death Knight, so they become very bad? Balance patch is what happened. They got pretty patched. I don't think I care about Coin Cliff Dive. I care about tempo. DK is still fine, but it's being more targeted at top legend. A lot of people are trying to farm DKs. The 8/8s were taken away. That was a very big hit to the deck. Murmur got nerfed to 7. And there's still like Starship DK. Is Yagi just playing Protoss? This matchup's actually not good for me. Oh, would you look at that? Not bad. We've almost got the perfect curve, but we can get the Fell Hunter. Yeah, he's just doing okay. We're gonna have to keep in mind of the freeze cards. Because those cards can become very annoying very quickly. Just had the satisfying OTK with Cliff Dive and a double Inquisitor, Chef's Kiss. Wait, OTK? Wait, meaning that you dealt 30? Or you just mean just finishing him off with the Cliff Dive? I mean, Tempo King, bro. I mean, Cliff Dive just ends the game if we're lucky enough. Yeah, I mean, the meta has definitely opened up. I still miss Murmur Shaman, and I still don't agree with, like, a lot of people's reasonings for why decks got nerfed. Like, with Armored Demon Hunter, I still feel like the deck was absolutely fine. But the sad truth is, Armored Demon Hunter getting nerfed allowed this deck to be good. Because you wouldn't be playing Ball Hog. I mean, maybe there is an argument that going for Ball Hog could have been better. In terms of, like, playing for tempo. And I would like to see the world where we actually tried that instead of only playing Armored Demon Hunter, which is another problem with Hearthstone decks a lot of the time. Is that, you know, you don't think about this stuff until suddenly it's your only option left. Alright, Mag into Inquisitor. There's a lot of bad rolls, though. This actually just might be this and just go for pressure.
Fresh Feldstein. Hot out of the kill.
They will never catch me.
Murmur unplayable? It's not that Murmur's unplayable, it's just he's not favored into this meta. Murmur decks are still very much playable. Do I ever red card this to get 3 attack randomly? When will Imbue Priest be playable? Maybe if they buff 4 more cards, it'll be good. Instead of only buffing 3 cards. Maybe that was the mistake. Armored Demon Hunter was good, Clark. Yeah, I know it was good, but it had weaknesses. Okay, now we have to go for the lethal. Because it's just too good if we get it. Alright, Mag and Inquisitor. I can live with that, I guess.
Get your own ball.
I have a burst of 10 in my hand. If I hit him for 3, I put him to 10. I've got this into this, and if he clears board, he takes more damage. Should have red card last turn. Yeah, I'm starting to feel that way. Red carding this would have made a lot of sense. The forbidden frozen dormant minion. These Ball Hogs can deal damage thanks to the slumber. This might be lethal actually. So we need 13. This is 6. Can attack twice. 6, 10. Oh, I don't think I have the mana for this. If I could draw into another attack buff, oh my god, I think that does it. 7 plus 6, yeah, that's enough. One off? One off, they say. They said it was one off. They said it was 1 damage off lethal. I didn't believe them.
You face Mecha-Tyrantus! Back for more, demon?
Back from... Did you hear the hate in his voice when he said demon? I think you need some therapy, Illidan. Demons? Demons. His grudge seems very reasonable. I don't think we ever coined the Grim Harvest here. Tree good in this deck? I think it has potential, but I haven't studied. I haven't put it into the deck, and because I haven't put it into the deck, I do not want to be like, oh yeah, it's good, because I could see arguments why it could be okay, but I could also see some arguments on why it just doesn't matter. Is it always coin slumber on 2? If I had another 3-drop, then maybe. I'm against a Warlock. I don't think I need to press the gas like that, because God forbid I do this and then I don't have anything else to do with the turn, right? Like, coining on 2 only matters if you have a strong turn 3 that doing this makes sense. Versus right now, I'm just, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Had lethal without the draw, didn't he? Use location to clear 8 AoE. Maybe that was enough. Salinger Still's probably committing too much against the greedy matchups. Potentially, but it also could be good into, like, value matchups like PK. Like, I feel like the only reason why Salinger Still matters is because you can dream something away. I can't sleep on how good that actually sounds. The viewpoints. Wait, hold on a minute. This is the Mista Vista theme. These viewpoints will give the best class. What does Mista Vista say? The best view comes after the hardest climb. Play weapons so that way Cliff Dive can be OP. There's no point in committing the minion yet, because Warlock would be able to clear it. Omen version that No Hands played. No Hand play. Oh, Omen? Omen?
The best Hearthstone player that ever lived.
Omen. Why? Oh, feels like a bad idea. Probably will end in a tie. I don't think that this game will end in a tie. This guy's not playing Mill Warlock. Or, I mean, maybe he is playing Mill Warlock. I don't know. Holy shit. Okay. Looks like Mill to me. Well, you haven't seen the new Wheel Warlock. He has not played anything that only Mill Warlock would be playing right now. It could be either one. It looks like, yep, it's not Mill. It's not Mill Lock anymore. I don't remember Mill list running free spell. The Maxi list ran the free spell. I hate to say it, man, but I think it's just over. Yeah, I'm getting completely cucked by Warlock right now. Wheel Warlock matchup actually feels omega terrible. Maybe we mill the wheel. Believe. I realize that he gets a card draw from this.
My hand is
Oh, okay, no worries then. Now I got 3 threes. Is that it? Oh my lord. I grow weary. Oh my, this deck is, oh my lord, man. How do I kill him? Wow, never lucky. Who put wisps in the deck? A very smart man. You can eat the imp the 5/5, and then suddenly he's just gaining a bunch more armor. Yeah, 0 mana throwaway card with synergy. I mean, it makes sense. The more you think about it, the more it actually does make sense. But I do wonder who was the first person to think, you know what, this deck, you know what this deck needs? It needs Wisp. Who did that? No idea. I wish I knew. Alright, double in. Wait, no, it's not gonna be. Fuck. That was not enough. Or is it? 5, 9, 9, 16. Oh my god, it's just enough if I can hit double Inquisitor. I could throw away weapons, but that's not a good idea. We just have to roll it, right? They see me rolling. Gimme. Please don't tell me I miscounted. Please don't. Please tell me this is just enough. It's 1 damage off. No. Oh God. Oh. I mean, I had to go for this play. Kill Jaden? Yo, what? Is that a concede play? Dude, that's such a concede play. Oh, he gains 10 from that. Alright, hold on. Ball Hog guarantee goes phase. So this is 9. Oh my god, this is lethal. I don't know what you're talking about with location, but you're doing too much math. I don't know what you're talking about with location, but that's too much math, dude. Guaranteed the Ball Hog goes face. Oh, I need 1 more. Fine, I'll do 1 more. See, orange cats are the devil. They will push your buttons. They will never learn self-control. They will never, you know, respect you as a person. You are there for them, and you really feel that way whenever you have an orange cat. That's my rant. See, someone in chat is agreeing with me on YouTube. I'm an orange cat owner. I can agree. He's giga evil. Every single orange cat that I've met is a little menace. There we go. That's the right words. They're a menace. They're a menace to society. But I'll still pet him. I'm that type of person. I literally have a built-in quest in my brain that I will pet every single animal that I am able to pet. And I have never really been able to showcase this better than when I went on a little, like, I don't want to say vacation resort, but it was like a Indiana, you know, log resort type. Oh, not log resort, but like outdoor resort. You know, you had like a hotel to stay at, but then, you know, you would go out and you would go hike, check out the environment, check out the state park. It was one of those types of places. The owners lived down the road from this resort, and they had prairie dogs that just ran across the property. And they said that there were 5 dogs, or 4 dogs? There were 4 dogs total. And one of them was hard to get close to because he would always run away and stuff. I made it my mission. I made it my goal to pet every single one of those dogs. It took almost the entire day, but 2 of them I was able to pet immediately, no problem. They just came up to me. They were very friendly. These are like, you know, like greyhound like size dogs, by the way. Like these dogs are huge. Or what? Is it greyhound? Yeah, like really big dogs. Or sorry, Great Dane level like of dog. Very big dogs. They were prairie dogs. They ran around. They got a lot of exercise. They literally killed raccoons. It was crazy. But it took me a while to find the 3rd dog. But I was just sitting down, and then as I was just like minding my own business, literally looking at my phone, the dog just walked up to me. He just walked up to me. I didn't see him the entire time, and then suddenly he was just big floofer. Big floofer just right in my face, and I loved it. And now the last dog took some finesse. I had to do like all of the, you know, like the, oh, come here, boy, like all that kind of stuff. But sadly, he was not exactly keen on sticking around. I got like 2 pets in, he ran away, and I was like, guys, I did it, you all saw me do it. I made it my mission to pet all the dogs, and by God, I did it. Do you know if you play cosplay contestant, it transforms into Ancient of Yore, it draws your opponent card to give them armor? Wait, what? Wait, hold on a minute. I don't think that's how that works. That seems a little, you know, incorrect, a little bugged, dare I say. Yeah, bro, could you DM me the clip on Discord? That would be a huge help. I can send that over to the right person. Yeah, new meal tech. They'll always play into it because they're like, I can't believe someone's actually playing this card. What are they doing? This guy's throwing the game. Never lackey. I don't think it's worth red carding this. But at the same time, this deck kind of gets out of control fairly quickly. And I think next turn, we're playing Cliff Dive to try and high roll the Fell Hunter, and then we're going to coin Mag. So I like the idea of just giving him the least amount to work with. Especially considering that this thing is Awakening, and I still have a bunch of other problems to consider. Nothing in the game should summon a copy of itself, but you just brought printing cards that do. I mean, what card are you talking about? Are you talking about cards that generate copies of other cards, or cards that generate copies of itself? You talking about like this card, for example? Like you don't like Bargain Bin Buccaneer? Because like, depending on how you interpret that question, or that statement, I should say, Fellhound Hunter summons a copy of extra minions and whatnot. But if you're talking about cards like, you know, like this, like Zergling. Okay, yeah, you're talking about like Zergling and stuff like that. I don't like Rune Bear either. It's just, I really don't like cards that summon copies of themselves when literally the whole point is to hand buff them. Like, this, you know, essentially summoning 2 minions feels fine to me. Alright, so I really need a Ravenous Fell Hunter here. If I get 2 Ravenous Fell Hunters, I'm pretty sure I win the game. I mean, I can live with that. I don't get to mag next turn, but I don't want to mag into 5/5s anyway. So I'll just take the potential for lethal. And it looks like now I have return policy into summon a Ball Hog. This chat is odd. Good. I love having an odd chat. That means we're quirky. We can sell ourselves as being unique. And also hopefully top 200? I mean, we went from 205 to this rank, so we probably still need another victory. All right, damn, not enough decay. All right, one more, shall we? 75% win rate, the top 200. Let's go. All right, Kales is playing Priest. Oh God, what are you doing, Kales? I guess we just go for the good cards. Let's go, man. Yeah, Kales Giga Tank, dude. Like seriously. I mean, I tanked down to top 1,000, but Kales going from 50 to 200 like that to almost 300. That hurts, man. Okay. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say this is some kind of imbue priest. So help me God, if you run silence tech, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh, it could just be Zarimi, but I don't think Kales would play Zarimi like that. Do I prefer Pennington or tennis? Is that what it's called in other places, Pennington? I'd rather call it tennis just because that's how I know it. What class got the best imbue deck? Druid at the moment. At that point, you just change Doppelgangster to summon 2 Doppelgangsters, which is how they nerf circling. Yeah, I mean, that is true, but I don't know. I don't feel like the card have become a problem with hand buff. Clark is odd? Isn't that a good thing? At least if you only listen to gaming Twitter, which is like the worst thing you can do. Okay, I would hate to just infiltrate to kill 1 minion, but I actually think I'm gonna infiltrate just to kill 1 minion. Feels like a giga waste, but it's like, I need to do something here. Red card is bait. I need curve. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It looks wrong and it feels wrong, but I don't know, I'm making the case for it. This deck doesn't really have tempo until like turn 5. So just stopping that from making a 4-5 into a 4-6, I think is relevant. And then we can also do this in order to like try and knock this out a little faster. Okay. Tried Imbue Priest in Wild. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was attempting to do. Dude, I feel like Imbue Priest in Wild has to be like one of the worst archetypes ever conceived. Like, you don't have a limited pool of minions to discover from. Like, you just have everything. Like, I mean, at least Galakron at the time, you pulled minions. You didn't just pull cards. All right, this guy is really lacking tempo, and we'd love to see that. We're gonna have to start, you know, going face here, though. Yeah, you won 1 game. That's honestly crazy. Hey, there's the 5-5 that draws. Studies for pressure, I guess. What the hell's that? All right, there we go. Good enough. Remember how Chewy said this was a bad matchup? I feel like my opponent just didn't have the tempo, but this is working pretty fine. Negative win rate with Zarimi into this. I don't know how this is a bad matchup for you. I mean, I'm just spitting what the Piper told me, man. Like, I kind of agree with you. It's like, I mean, after this 1 game, it's like he's doing nothing. I red carded the only thing that mattered for him here. Yeah, 1 Illidari does it, and I have 2 in the deck that I could hit. So, let's go, baby. And there we go. That's our backup plan. No, it's too much thought. No, it's too much thought. I'm BMing right now. Holy shit, it didn't happen. Hold on a minute. Wow, I guess I could have given it more thought. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. I mean, that was the only outcome. That was the only outcome where it wasn't lethal that turn. Ain't that a bitch? I don't think I could possibly lose, but just like the idea that just didn't kill him. Like, come on. Zarimi just looks like it dies with 5. Yeah, yep. He also just didn't have tempo. Like, the whole thing that really sucked about him, about this matchup for him here is he had Ships Kurgan. Surgeon, however you pronounce it. I'm just gonna call him Surgeon. You have Ship Surgeon, and then he had nothing, and then he played Peddler. Like, yeah. Finally top 200, baby. Let's go.